But I feel like anytime I sit down with my kids, sit down to play with them, I feel guilty for not. I have not mastered marriage. Marriage is hard.
Oh, I'm doing that too, buddy. We're doing it together.
There she is. Hey, can you please not stab the table with the fork? Well, maybe in a couple months you can achieve that goal with screen time or whatever it is. Just remember, times and seasons, they're not always going to be the best of the best. If any mama needs to hear that, there you go. It's out in the universe now.
Shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles.
Hello, I hope that was a chill enough intro. Look, we have a nice fresh sourdough, nice and bubbly, ready to go. And we're gonna make some sourdough, we're gonna make some whole wheat bread, and I think that's it for now. Let's do this. I've talked about this app before called Paprika, and it is the best way, in my opinion, to organize your digital recipes. So if you're like, ooh, I want to try this out, but I don't want to commit yet and print it out, get the Paprika app. It is so awesome, and honestly my favorite part is scale to convert. So I'm on scale 1. If I want to double it, I can double it, and then it automatically does all of the calculations for me, and I don't even have to do any of that. So who needs math, right? I don't have my other tripod, so I will put you on a box. 200 grams starter, foamy, bubbly, that's what we like. 202 grams. That's fine. Now, 500 grams water. Water. If I don't wipe off the starter with a rag or a paper towel, it like seals with the dough. Last weekend, no joke, we got rid of probably a third of the stuff that we own. It did not feel so nice while we were doing it. We actually got in a lot of fights because I'm very sentimental about everything and anything, especially when it comes to like firsts. So I see Scotty's toy and I'm like, this is the first animal toy he's ever owned. I can't get rid of it. And to Max, that doesn't really bother him. He was getting really anxious with all the stuff we had in our house, and honestly I couldn't keep up with a lot of the cleaning, but I just didn't want to do it, and so Max helped me do it, and we got rid of a lot of stuff. And then my family got to come and go through it, and then we got to sell a lot at a garage sale. So it was good. We got to make some money. We were able to give a lot of stuff to our friends and family. It was just really hard saying goodbye to things that I'm like sentimental about. And we learned a lot about our marriage because we had to go through some arguments and bicker and figure out what he feels like is clean to him and what I feel like is clean to me. I have not mastered marriage. Marriage is hard. For us, at least. I actually don't think marriage is hard for everyone, but marriage is definitely something That doesn't come easy to us, and by golly, we have to work at it. I don't ever feel bad when people are like, oh, my husband and I never fight. I do think that there are people out there who genuinely never fight, and their personalities are more laid back, and it's easy for them to communicate. They have different problems, but that's fighting is not one of them. That's not how it is for us. So 6 years down, that doesn't sound like a lot, but it feels like a lot. Yeah, let's set that for 30 minutes. We'll let that chill for 30 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm super gassy. This is the only wheat bread recipe that I've ever used that I didn't make a dense brick. So that's fun. Warm water, salt. This is the key. This is the key here. Vital wheat gluten. I've never used that in any of my other bread recipes. We don't have a problem with gluten in our family, so we can use it. And I swear that's what makes it like fluffier, like store-bought bread. Honey, yeast, whole wheat flour. And not that many steps, so let's do this. Since I've been making bread so much, I put my yeast in this massive container, and then I keep it in the fridge because I saw my mom do that, and that's what I do now, so.
Bigger scale, the world in halves as we go. I wouldn't want it any other way, no. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond old. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond old.
So it is a little bit of a failed system because they're labeled on top, and it's hard, like when I'm looking in there, I can't see all of the labels, but I'm hoping like in our future kitchen, years down the line, where I can have like a big drawer that I open and I can look down and see the labels. But for now, it is what it is. It's a failed system currently, but hopefully in the future it won't be. I forgot to start the dryer. What I was going to say before I realized I didn't start my dryer was that these types of videos where it's like a day in the life of a stay-at-home mom, they're probably boring to someone they definitely are boring to somebody who's not a stay-at-home mom, but somebody who is a stay-at-home mom, I feel like they're just really nice to watch. You're just like, oh, I'm doing that too, buddy. We're doing it together. I know I've said this 1,000 gabillion times, but I just think it's so neat that you can go on YouTube and you can watch a mother who maybe is across the world or maybe who's down the street and you would never know, but they're doing the same thing that you are. It's just like the sense of like community. You're not alone. I just really like that, and I love these types of videos, and I love watching these types of videos, making them seem a little weird because I'm like, it's just cleaning and I'm just making dinner. But I have received good feedback from these videos. Surprisingly, I didn't know that people would think these ones would be super helpful, but they have been. So I'm just gonna keep on making them. I think maybe once a month would be something that I'll probably do. Maybe every other month. I don't know. is working late tonight, so we're eating popcorn and pancakes for dinner. Thriving.
It's fun.
I'm gonna get some butter on it.
Okay, some butter on it.
Okay, some butter on it. I don't feel like melting butter, so we're gonna do a little bit of olive oil and a crap ton of salt. Call it good. A little drizzle and lots of salt. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whee! I got these fruit and vegetable storage containers at Costco, and they are really, really nice. So what's cool is they have like these little bottoms that you can put water in there to keep it fresh. And then on the lid, it tells you, it's kind of gonna be hard to see, but on the lid, it'll say what needs water, what needs the air vents on the side, and what needs both, and what doesn't need anything. And they've been really nice because I was running out of Tupperware to put my cuts, like cut up fruits and vegetables in. So now I have 4 designated ones. I got 2 small ones, medium-sized one, and a big one. And that's all for cut up fruits and veggies that are meal prepped and ready to go. There she is. Perfect. Now do not cut into this right away. You need to let it continue to cook so the middle is not doughy.
Mom!
Yes. Instead of using plastic wrap, I've just been reusing these plastic bags.
In the hot shower.
Okay, that's fine. Cal, come here. Anyways, I've just been reusing these plastic bags for the sourdough
Come here.
for the first rise overnight.
Liz,
Yeah?
did you say he could take the shower?
Yeah, he smells like pee.
What's Mom say? Did he say yes?
Put his shirt on my clothes.
Hey, can you please not stab the table with the fork? I really need to get a grip. I feel like I'm in a stage of my life where I just never feel satisfied with my productivity, my progress. I feel like I'm never satisfied with my days. Not only that, but I feel like anytime I sit down with my kids, anytime I just sit down to play with them, I feel guilty for not mopping the floors or cleaning the bathrooms or just doing things to stay productive. So I feel like that's something I'm working on, and I feel like I'm just always trying to go above and beyond. I just need to chill the freak out. If you can relate to me, let me know, because I'm struggling a little bit on that one. But also at the same time, I understand that there's times and seasons. I was just talking to my friend about this, how something that Max and I are trying to do right now is less screen time with the kids. If I was a mom of a newborn baby, like my friend's moving right now, and times and seasons. This is not a good time or season for her to stress about screen time with her kids. She needs to focus on moving and taking care of everything and making sure that goes as smoothly as possible. Screen time is probably going to be something she uses as a tool to help herself get stuff done. And for my time and season right now, I feel like that's something that I can control is screen time for my kids. So if you are in a time or a season where you feel like it's just not the right time, well, maybe in a couple months you can achieve that goal with screen time or whatever it is. Just remember, times and seasons, you're not always going to be the best of the best every single day. And that's something that's helped me. That is something that's helped me with advice of just not overdoing it, is times and season. Is this a time or season where you can accomplish this goal? Are you being realistic with yourself? If any mama needs to hear that, there you go. It's out in the universe now. But know that I did not come up with that. My aunt gave me that advice. All right, we're making some good kefir. I'll just take a spoon and I'll kind of like move it around. Now you can't even see what I'm doing. Just take a spoon, like move it around to get the liquid down. And there you can see there are our grains. Early has got to be one of the best things that has helped me during this whole like witching hour during dinner. You know, you think the witching hour is just for the newborn stage, and it's not. There's something about kids when you're getting dinner ready or when it's time for dinner, they just have a lot of big emotions. So getting dinner done as earliest I can, like even if it's just like right after lunch, like it is today, it doesn't matter. We're getting it done and there's no freak out during dinner. I can just be like, oh, I only have to make the bread, and then boom, we're done. And that way it goes a lot more smoothly than it usually does. And I've talked about this in the past. I even did a like nighttime routine as a stay-at-home mom, and I couldn't even film me making dinner, the audio, because the kids were just screaming the entire time. So if you're like me and you feel like dinner has been stressful lately, even though I love cooking, I love making dinner, but it's been stressful getting it on the table, try to do it earlier when they're taking naps, and then just keep it simmering on the stove or keep it in the oven like on low, and it'll still be hot and ready to go. It is so fluffy, so soft. The crust is like perfect. What's going on?
But the crabs.
There's no crabs in the bread.
Okay.
Oh, it's so sour, so salty. It's, dare I say, perfect?